On this week's Yip TV, we caught up with Nathan Birch of B.Invested for his investment advice. First off, his top 3 must-haves.
There's 3 keys to when I'm purchasing a property that are very important to make a deal work or not work. And if any of these boxes are not ticked, I won't buy the property. The first one is making sure that I buy the property below market value. This gives me instant equity from day one, and also gives me an exit strategy and a buffer in place in case anything goes wrong and you need to exit the deal. You won't be losing money, and in a worst case scenario, you're still making a profit. The second thing that I look for when purchasing any property is I want to make sure it's got a strong cash flow, so it's not eating into your lifestyle expenses. So what's very important, vitally important when buying a property is that it's going to be helping you achieve your goals and make money, whereas a lot of people go out there and just buy a property dilly-dallying around that's going to be costing them money each week to hold. So ideally a property would be positive cash flow. If worst case, I want it to be neutral cash flow. The third thing that I look for when buying a property, any property, is that it has upside for capital growth. So what I want to make sure of is I'm buying a $200,000 property, is that in 10 years' time that's going to be worth at least $400,000, $500,000. It's going to have room to grow. Because if you're buying a property that's not going to go up in value, you make a lot of money from capital growth.
Birch says he does have a system that allows him to quickly analyse the profitability of a deal, but that also a large part of it is keeping on top of your market knowledge.
Quite often people ask me, Nathan, do you have any sort of cheat sheet or strategy of working out and analysing whether a deal works or not? And for me, there is a few things that I tick in boxes, and they are, I want to make sure that the property's at least got an 8% yield, 7 to 8% yield, depending whether it's in a metro area or a regional area. If the property is below a 7% yield, I won't touch it, most likely because it'd be negative cash flow. Also want to make sure that that I've done the due diligence to understand what else is selling on the market currently and what else has sold recently. Understanding what's happening in the marketplace gives you a good idea of value and what's happening in the market. I use the same tools that valuers use when valuing a property to analyse a deal when I purchase it. So a lot of research goes into making a deal happen for myself. Back in the day I used to spend about 8 to 10 hours a day researching deals when buying properties, and I did that for about 5 years, day in, day out, just to get an understanding of what I was buying.
Birch also believes it's not really a case of timing the market, just the time you spend in the market and the market savvy knowledge that you acquire over that time.
What I've found over the whole investing over the period of time is every year I've bought lots and lots of properties, and every year I try and buy more properties. I think the biggest thing when investing in property is not timing the market, it's actually the time that you spend in the marketplace. So for me as a property investor, I never look at, is this the right time to be buying? I look at what can I buy that's good value and make a profit from the current market and what I've got in front of me. And if you have a solid property portfolio in 5 years, 10 years, and they double, basically if you look at some quick numbers here, 10 properties at 200,000 that doubled to 400,000, that's $2 million turning into $4 million, that's $2 million worth of profit. Doesn't matter if you got them all in the first year or all in the second year, if you paid 10 grand less or 20 grand more in that period of time of the cycle, the main thing is that you've got those properties quick enough and they're going up and moving in price with you.
This is Hannah Temple reporting for Yip TV.